Hello, and welcome to this Pierce County Library System cooking video. My name is Matthew, I work at the South Hill Library, and today I'm going to walk you through how I like to make fondue. In my experience, a lot of people cook fondue from a mix that you get at the store, which is great, but sometimes I really enjoy knowing how to make something at home, so I have either option depending on what I prefer. So we're going to go ahead and run through the ingredients, and then we will go ahead and get to the recipe. So the most important aspect of your fondue is of course going to be your cheese. So today we have 3 ounces of white cheddar, 3 ounces of fontina cheese, 3 ounces of smoked gouda cheese. In addition to that, we have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, just a little bit, 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. We also have 2 teaspoons worth of minced garlic, and then half of a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. In addition to that, we have half of a cup of a dry white wine. I chose a Sauvignon Blanc, just because I think it goes well with the cheeses that I chose for this. In addition to that, we're going to want half a tablespoon of lemon juice. Okay, so our first step is to take all 3 of our cheeses. We're going to go ahead and grate those cheeses up, and just feel free to mix all the gratings together. Another note about the cheese, I've chosen today fontina, gouda, and cheddar. One of the nice things about fondue is you can really do any combination of cheeses you want. Some will of course go better, especially depending on what kind of alcohol you use. But really it's to taste. I chose these ones because I wanted the sharpness of the cheddar and then the creaminess and smokiness of the gouda and the creaminess of the fontina. Okay, so I went ahead and grated all that cheese. As you can see, there's a few chunks that didn't quite grate down, just because it's a little difficult when you're holding a chunk of cheese to necessarily get the whole thing to grate. The important part is just that most of it is grated, since the finer grated it is, the smoother our fondue is going to be, or at the very least the easier it will be to make it smooth. So we're going to go ahead and take our grated cheese, we're going to combine it with that 1 tablespoon worth of cornstarch, and then we're going to go ahead and toss that together. Okay, so now that we've combined our cheese and our cornstarch, we're going to go ahead and make the base for the fondue. And so first we're going to take that half of a cup of wine, 1/2 a tablespoon of lemon juice, and then we're going to take our 2 teaspoons worth of minced garlic, mix those together, and we're going to bring it to a gentle simmer. Okay, now that we have it at that simmer, we're going to reduce the heat a little bit just to keep it at that same level. We're going to take our cheese, and not all at once, but gradually we're going to add it in. I would suggest about 1/4 of a cup at a time. And we're going to add that cheese in. Whenever we add some, we're going to go ahead and stir it until it's pretty well melted before we add the next 4th cup of cheese. And you're going to do this continuously until you're out of cheese. And just make sure that the cheese is fairly well melted by the time you add the next bits in. Okay, so as you can see, we've managed to combine all of our cheese in, and so we're going to turn the heat down real low on our fondue. We're going to go ahead and take that 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, and also that 1/2 a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. We're going to combine those in real well. Okay, and so now everything's all combined, and you can see our fondue is all finished up. The nice thing about fondue is there's a lot of different things you can serve it with. The classic is of course white French bread, which is what I'm going to eat mine with tonight. But also all kinds of both raw and cooked vegetables are really, really good to cook in fondue. You'll notice I have made the fondue on the stovetop. Some of you may have fondue pots, but for those who don't, I wanted you to know that it's also possible to make fondue without a fondue pot, although a fondue pot does make it a little more convenient. So I would like to thank you for watching this Pierce County Library System cooking program. I hope you have a wonderful day, and again, thank you very much for watching.